This message reached you for a reason. It's not just an algorithm, it's a calling. Pause whatever you're doing and pay attention. The deep bone-deep exhaustion you're experiencing isn't failure. The silence surrounding you isn't abandonment. You're witnessing the profound, quiet aftermath of a battle you've just won. You made it. You completed the mission assigned to you before you were even born. This message is your official debrief before the next phase begins. The reality you once knew had to be dismantled, piece by piece, and you were the expert tasked with the demolition. Consider this message your confirmation code, an energetic key unlocking the next level of your purpose. To anchor this activation, like this video now to ground the frequency in your timeline. Subscribe to this channel to join the collective of creators rebuilding the world from the unseen realms. Comment the divine code 77 to signal to the universe that you have received this transmission and are ready for the shift. Finally, let this video play in the background. Don't let the signal fade. It will recalibrate your subconscious and fill your spirit with the undeniable truth of all you've accomplished. Chapter 1. The Divine Demolition. You have been living on a divine demolition site. What appeared as chaos was, in truth, a carefully planned, spiritually guided dismantling of a life constructed on a flawed foundation. Every loss, every betrayal, every door slammed shut was not punishment, but a necessary removal of a compromised structure. Reflect back, the job you lost was a load-bearing wall, decayed inside, ready to collapse and trap you. The relationship that ended abruptly was a gilded cage, a beautiful prison meant to limit your soul's growth. The friends who walked away were pillars of an old belief system you were destined to outgrow. They could not remain in the new temple you're meant to build. Their leaving was structurally necessary. The universe didn't abandon you. It put on a hard hat and handed you a sledgehammer. The tears you cried were not tears of sorrow. They were the cleansing rains washing away the dust and debris of what had to fall. That ringing in your ears was not tinnitus. It was the echo of distant spiritual explosions as attachments were severed and contracts were voided. That feeling of vibration in your bones, that deep unsettling hum you felt for months, was the resonance of the old world being shaken to its core. You were the epicenter. You were the force that brought it down, not through rage or malice, but through the simple, devastating act of raising your frequency beyond what the old structure could withstand. It crumbled because it could not contain the light you were becoming. The isolation was your safety protocol. You were placed in a controlled environment, a spiritual quarantine, so that no one would be harmed by the falling debris of your old life. You were protected from the outside, and the outside was protected from the raw, untamed power of your transformation. You were not lonely. You were in sacred isolation, being prepared. Your body remembers the demolition. The aches in your joints were from the psychic weight of the structures you were single-handedly dismantling. The fatigue that felt like lead in your veins was the energy expenditure required to break karmic chains that had held your lineage for generations. You were not just clearing your own path. You were clearing the path for those who came before you and those who will come after. You are a nexus point, a generational curse breaker. That is the true source of your exhaustion. It is the honorable fatigue of a warrior after the final battle is won. This fatigue is a badge of honor, a physical testament to the invisible mountains you have moved. The profound silence you now experience is not empty. It is resonant. It is the sound of possibility, the acoustic signature of a cleared and consecrated space. In the coming days, you will feel a profound stillness. The dust is settling. Walk through the ruins of your past, and you will feel nostalgia, no regret. You will only feel a strange and holy emptiness, the clean slate upon which a palace will be built. You have successfully cleared the site. The ground is now consecrated, ready for what comes next. Chapter 2. The Untraceable Blueprint. Now that the demolition is complete, a new protocol is activating within you. Deep in your energetic signature, a file that has been dormant for eons is now opening. This is the untraceable blueprint. The original architectural plan for your divine purpose, the life you were always meant to build. It is untraceable by the old system, invisible to those who operate on lower frequencies and impossible to duplicate. It belongs to you and you alone. This is why you have felt so lost, so directionless. The old maps you were given were deliberate disinformation designed to lead you in circles within the confines of the demolished site. You had to get lost enough to stop trusting the map and start trusting the internal compass that is now coming online. This blueprint is not something you read with your eyes. It is a feeling, a resonance, a pull. You will begin to experience it as a sudden, inexplicable urge to go to a certain place, to contact a certain person, to learn a certain skill. This is not random impulse. This is your soul reading the next instruction on the blueprint. That tingling you feel in your hands is not anxiety. It is the energy of creation, the dormant power of the master builder waking up. Your hands know how to build this new reality. Trust them. You will feel a magnetic pull away from things that once brought you comfort and a powerful draw toward the unknown. This is the blueprint recalibrating your internal guidance system. It is turning off the loud, frantic signal of the logical mind, which was programmed by the old world, and amplifying the quiet, steady hum of your soul's knowing. The reframing of your past confusion is critical. Your aimlessness was not a character flaw. It was a divinely imposed holding pattern. You could not begin construction while the demolition was still underway. You were being protected from trying to build a new life on top of the rubble of the old one. The universe forced you to wait. It made you so uncomfortable in the waiting that you had no choice but to surrender. And in that surrender, you created the empty space required for the blueprint to be unrolled. Every moment you felt you were wasting time was in fact allowing time for the sacred geometry of your destiny to be laid out in the unseen. You are now a field resting before the most magnificent planting season of your existence. In the coming weeks, you will receive what feels like a key. It will not be a physical object. It may be a sequence of numbers you see everywhere, a name you overhear in 3 different conversations, or a single idea that lands in your mind with the force of a thunderclap. This is the first access code. It unlocks the first phase of the construction. Follow it without question. It is the first coordinate on a map only you can see. Chapter 3. The Ghosts of the Old Site. As you begin to survey the cleared ground and consult the untraceable blueprint, be prepared for visitors. The demolition of your old reality sent out an energetic shockwave, and those who were connected to the old structures are now disoriented. They will return to the site, looking for the walls that are no longer there, the doors that have vanished. These are the ghosts of the old site. They will appear as old friends, former partners, family members, and colleagues, who suddenly reappear in your life, often with messages of concern or tempting offers to rebuild what was lost. Do not be deceived. This is not a reunion. It is a system test. Their presence is designed to test the integrity of your new foundation. They will say things like, "You have changed," or "I miss the old you." This is not a sentimental plea. It is a diagnostic question. The system is asking, is the old programming truly gone, or can we reactivate it? They will offer you a shortcut back to a familiar misery disguised as a golden opportunity. An ex may reappear, promising they have changed, offering you the comfort of a known pain. A former boss may offer you a job that represents the very cage you just escaped. These are not people, they are apparitions, energetic echoes programmed to lure you back onto the condemned ground. You will know them by how they make you feel. When they are near, you will feel a sudden drop in temperature in your own energy field. You will feel a psychic drain, as if a siphon has been attached to your life force. Their words will sound hollow, like echoes in an empty chamber, because they are speaking to a version of you that no longer exists. They are calling for an address that has been bulldozed. Your role is not to engage, to explain, or to defend your new path. Your silence is the most powerful weapon. Your lack of emotional reaction is the proof that the new security protocols are active. You are the sovereign owner of this new energetic property, and you do not owe a trespassing ghost an explanation. Reframe every one of these encounters. They are not personal attacks. They are final inspection. Each time you hold your ground and refuse to be pulled back, you are pouring another layer of spiritual concrete onto your foundation. You are proving that a site is secure and ready for the new construction. A significant test is coming. An offer will be presented to you that is so perfectly tailored to your old ego's desires that it will seem like a miracle. It is a Trojan horse. Your mind will want to analyze it, but your spirit, your body will recoil. Trust the recoil. It is the blueprint's inbuilt security alarm, warning you that an agent of the old matrix is attempting to breach the perimeter. It is baited with your own memories, Weaponized nostalgia that whispers of simpler times. But your soul knows those times were not simpler. They were just smaller. The comfort they offer is the comfort of a coffin. Chapter 4. The sacred materials are delivered. Once the site is secured and the ghosts have been turned away, the delivery phase begins. The universe, having confirmed your readiness, now begins to dispatch the sacred materials required to build the life described in your untraceable blueprint. This is not a metaphor. This is a literal physical process that you will witness in your daily reality. Your period of lack was not a punishment. It was a necessary clearing of the cosmic warehouse. You could not receive these high-frequency materials while your life was cluttered with cheap, low-vibrational substitutes. The universe had to empty you out completely to make room for the divine delivery. These sacred materials will arrive in the form of synchronicities that are so precise, they will shatter your perception of coincidence. You will think of a solution to a problem, and the next day a person will call you out of the blue with that exact solution. You will need a specific amount of money, and you will find it, or it will be given to you down to the last penny. You will be thinking a question, and you will turn on the radio or walk past a television and hear the answer spoken aloud. This is not magic. It is logistics. Your energetic order has been placed, and the universe is simply fulfilling the delivery. Pay attention to your sensory reality. These materials are coded. You will see repeating number sequences, 1011-4477, acting as cosmic tracking numbers, assuring you that your delivery is on its way. They are the universe's way of saying, order confirmed. Package shipped. You will find feathers or coins in unlikely places. Physical markers left by your angelic delivery team confirming a drop has been made. These are not mere tokens. They are energetic confirmations, physical anchors for the divine support you are receiving. You will feel an overwhelming sense of being supported, of being in a flow so powerful that obstacles seem to melt away before you even reach them. This is the feeling of building with sacred materials. They fit together perfectly. There is no struggle, no force, no reframe every past struggle for resources. You are not failing to provide for yourself. You are being prevented from building with corrupt materials. The universe blocked your every attempt to use wood that was rotten or bricks that were cracked. It forced you to wait for this delivery, for the materials that are worthy of the temple you are destined to construct. The next 72 hours are a critical delivery window. Be hyper-vigilant. Observe every unexpected email, every random text message, every conversation you overhear. These are not accidents. These are your divinely scheduled supply drops. Your only job is to be present enough to sign for the package, acknowledge it with gratitude, and the next delivery will be dispatched immediately. Chapter 5. Assembling the framework. With the ground cleared and the sacred materials delivered, the assembly begins. You are no longer the demolition expert. You are now the master builder. Your hands, your voice, and your choices are the sacred tools that will erect the framework of your new reality. This phase is characterized by a surge of inspired action. The procrastination and confusion that plagued you for years will dissolve overnight, replaced by a crystalline clarity and a relentless drive to create. This is the blueprint activating your will. Your words are now hammered, your decisions are nails, and your focus is the architectural laser that ensures every piece is perfectly aligned. You will find yourself speaking your truth, with a new authority, a resonance in your voice that commands respect. This is you speaking from the center of your blueprint, your words shaping the very air around you into the walls of your new existence. You will make bold choices that would have terrified the old you, yet they will feel as natural as breathing. This is you following the structural plan without hesitation. Reframe your past failures and creative blocks. They were not evidence of your inadequacy. They were a divinely imposed construction hold. You were not allowed to build prematurely. The universe put your tools on lockdown until the foundation was fully cured and all materials were on site. You were being protected from your own impatience, saved from building a flawed structure that would have to be torn down again. The frustration you felt was the chafing of a master builder being told to wait. Now the hold has been lifted. You are cleared for construction. Every action you take, no matter how small, is now a part of this sacred assembly. Making your bed is laying a floor. Choosing a healthy meal is fortifying a wall. Speaking a kind word to yourself is installing a window to let more light in. Do not underestimate the power of your daily action. In this phase, you are literally building your new world with every choice you make. A pivotal moment of choice is imminent. You will be presented with two clear paths. One will be a well-paved road leading back toward the ruins of your old life. It will look easy, comfortable, and logical to the human mind. The second path will look like a steep, uncertain climb into uncharted territory. It will feel daunting, but simultaneously exhilarating. It will make your heart race with a mixture of fear and excitement. The easy road is a trap, a final attempt by the old programming to lure you back into a familiar structure. The daunting path is the first wall of your new temple. You must choose the climb. You must choose to build. The easy road smells of decay and echoes with the hollow laughter of your past self. The daunting path, however, smells of ozone and petrichor, the scent of a storm that has just passed in the rich earth ready for new life. Choose the scent of life. Chapter 6. The energy that powers the edifice. The structure you are building is not a dead thing made of wood and stone. It is a living temple, a conscious edifice, and it requires a unique power source. That power source is you. The old world runs on external fuel validation, money, fear, competition. It is a parasitic grid that drains its inhabitants. Your new reality, the one you are building from the untraceable blueprint, is powered by your own sovereign, internal energetic frequency. You are not a resident in this new world, you are its power plant. This is why your recent period of isolation was so crucial. It was not just to protect you from falling debris. It was to disconnect you from the parasitic grid of the matrix. They could not stop you from building a new world while they were still siphoning your energy to power their old decaying one. The profound exhaustion and burnout you experienced in the past was the feeling of being a drained battery. You were being used to light up a system that kept you in darkness. The isolation was a sacred quarantine that allowed your internal generator to be repaired, rebooted, and brought back online, free from external drains. Now you will begin to feel this power coming online within your own body. You will feel a distinct warmth, a buzzing sensation in your solar plexus and your heart center. This is your core reactor igniting. You may feel a tingling or a pressure at the crown of your head, which is your main antenna connecting to the divine source code of the universe. You will notice that you can shift the energy of an entire room just by walking into it. Your calm will calm others. Your clarity will bring clarity to others. This is not you performing an action. It is the simple passive radiance of a fully operational power plant. People will begin to be drawn to you in a new way. They will comment on your glow, your light, your peace. They are not seeing your physical appearance. They are seeing the light emanating from your fully powered internal grid. Be discerning. Some will come to warm themselves by your fire, and they are welcome. But others will come with hidden extension cords, hoping to plug into your generator and drain your power for their own use. Your blueprint has a built-in security system. You will feel an immediate and visceral energetic drop when a parasitic connection is attempted. Trust this feeling implicitly. It is your job to protect your power source. You are no longer available to fuel realities that are not your own. Your energy is now consecrated for the sole purpose of sustaining the new world you have built. Chapter 7. Living inside the manifested truth. The final phase is no longer about building. It is about inhabitation. The framework is complete. The power is on. You have moved in. The shift you were waiting for, the big event you were told was coming, is not an external cataclysm or a global event. The biggest shift was internal, and you have just completed it. You did it. The war is over. The construction is finished. Your only job now is to live within the manifested truth you have built. The air inside this new reality feels different. It is crisp, clean, and saturated with potential. The light hits differently, as if the sun itself is shining just for you. There is a quiet, constant hum of rightness that permeates everything. This is the feeling of perfect alignment, of living inside a structure that was built to the exact specifications of your soul. This is the feeling of being truly home for the very first time in any of your lifetimes. Reframe your entire life's experience of feeling like an outsider, of never quite belonging. That feeling was not a sign of your brokenness. It was the most accurate perception you have ever had. You were an architect in exile, living in a world of crumbling, mass-produced shacks, all the while holding the blueprint for a palace in your heart. You were never meant to fit in there. Your feeling of being alien was your soul's compass, constantly reminding you that this was not your home. You were not wrong. You were simply early. You were waiting for the signal to begin your true work. That feeling was not a curse. It was your most sacred guide. That feeling was the proof that the blueprint was always alive within you. A resonant frequency that could never harmonize with the dissonance of the world you temporarily inhabited. It was your soul's perfect pitch, unable to tolerate the outer-tune reality you were born into. Now look in the mirror. You will see a face that is both familiar and entirely new. The fear is gone from the eyes. The tension is gone from the jaw. The lines of worry have been replaced by a quiet certainty. Do not be alarmed if you do not recognize this person at first. You are not meeting a stranger. You are meeting yourself for the first time, stripped of all false programming, all inherited trauma, and all societal conditioning. You are looking at the master builder who has finally completed their magnum opus. The blueprint is no longer a map. It is the territory you now inhabit. The prophecies are no longer predictions. They are your present reality. The great shift is not on the horizon. You are the shift. Your work is done. Your life has just begun.